Any college football fans here? Any college football fans? Any Michigan fans? Not the Michigan, but the other Michigan. Anybody explain to me like the Jim Harbaugh thing? Anybody explain this to me? Where's Darren? I saw him over here. Darren, consummate athlete. Darren, explain to me like this Jim Harbaugh sign stealing scandal. What can you tell me about this? You don't know. That's good you came to church today, right? So here's the gist of this. The gist of this is, and again, who knows what is true, but like Jim Harbaugh, the coaches, they were like sneaking into their opponents' games, yes? They were trying to steal the signs, yes? And kind of interpret them, which would give them an advantage, if you will, yes? See, aren't you glad you all came? You all know this now. By the way, he was suspended for 3 games as well. Who knows what's true or not? But I said to myself, so like they are like passionate trying to get the signs, yes or yes? They are trying to interpret the signs, yes or yes? They are trying to kind of have like the edge, the advantage, yes or yes? And I said to myself, we should all be like Jim Harbaugh. Now don't laugh. Now I know it's a twist. But think about it. If we were so passionate, so determined, so resourceful, so committed to notice and observe all the signs of God's presence and action in our lives. And the scriptures last week, this week, and for the next 2 weeks are going to call us to be those people that observe those signs, that are alert, watchful, and prepared. And to have the wisdom to interpret them well. To interpret them with the eyes, the mind, the heart of God. Think about this for a moment. Again, who cares about what they did? But imagine if we were that tenacious, that determined to kind of observe the signs and be able to interpret them. Then we would be a people alert. We would be a people prepared. We would be a people that would come to see the signs of God everywhere in our lives, and then have the wisdom to follow. Let me give you an example of what I mean. When you drove into the parking lot today, you saw a big tent out front. What does that mean? We're collecting turkeys. No. You know what it means? We're putting the tent up there and collecting the turkeys because there are that many people in our region who have need. Let me give you another example. When you drove past today and circled around to try to find a parking spot, yes or yes? You can say like all kinds of things. Or you can see with the eyes of God and say that our greatest problem is that we are a church alive. Our pews are filled, and we are together doing the work of the Lord. Get the idea? And so I said to myself, and I know it's a twist, but can you imagine if we were that determined to kind of get the signs and to be able to interpret them with the wisdom, the eyes, the heart of God? We would, 1, see God everywhere. 2, we would come to look at each person, each thing, even a tent, with the mind and with the heart of God. And 3, if we kept noticing and observing the signs, then we would be a people alert, prepared, and doing the work of the Lord. So as silly as it sounds, eagerly, aggressively, tenaciously, this week, look, observe, notice the signs of God everywhere in your life. Don't miss a one. And then pray for the grace to interpret those signs with the mind, with the heart of God.